fellow Kenyans, the other impact associated with few individuals or the president and his small group that we usually call cartels for funding campaigns and party is the question of underdevelopment in Kenya. The slow development pace or even lack of much development is because few individuals or a president alone has been shouldering the responsibility of funding the party or funding the campaigns. Because Kenyan leaders are elected on the basis of the handouts, which are sourced from huge personal sacrifices, like selling assets or corruption or pyramid schemes or cartels or drug dealers and other ill-gotten wealth, the leaders once elected are not interested with the development. Their principal goal is to find ways of recovering money. Number two, because the main factor they have been able to see is that enabled them win the election was handouts. They have no appetite for development because they were not elected because of good development they did. They were not elected because they had done so much development. No, it was because of handouts and to some degree also regional or ethnic interests. Those becomes the key factors that they observe made them successful. It's not development. So why bother so much with the development? They will only do smaller development here and there. Some dormitory in school, coming around and starting some stadiums which get abandoned along the way. All these sorts of things that we see, because the primary goal is not about development for them. They know ya kwamba mimi kushinda uchaguzi ni kupeana handouts. For me to win election is to give handouts. So the biggest thing is to look for as much money as I can have so that I can come and give handouts. They know last time I used 1 billion of handouts. This year, the next election, I want to go with 2 billion. Studies done by CAF shows that 60% of campaign costs are handouts. If a candidate is using 10 billion, as they have used in the past, 60% of 10 billion are handouts. It's not posters, it's not t-shirts, it's not caps, it is handouts, what they give literally, money here and there, and the other things that they give. 60%, that is 6 billion out of the 10 billion. So this is where the whole issue lies. There is no development. They were not elected based on the great development record they had done in the previous time, but because of the big handouts they gave out. They were not elected on the basis of the development vision they gave, but on handouts. These handout-based leaders are not keen on any development, but on looking for more funds to continue providing for handouts. As handout-based leaders, they waste so much time looking for money sources to recoup the past campaign expenses and get money for future campaigns. Development is sacrificed because voters won't even care whether the leader brought development or not. So you find the same leaders being re-elected, yet they did not do much development or did nothing. Because they will resurface, they go to Nairobi or to the county assembly and disappear there, and then come resurface during the campaign with a big loot, with a lot of money, and start giving out. And we go singing, yeah, whoever tosha, because they give money. When the best candidate who is having good thoughts for you comes, we say hana chochote. Mtu mwenye hapatiani chochote, huyu hatuwezi kumchagua. So ladies and gentlemen, yet this person is very genuine, even if he's not endowed with money, because first of all, he wasn't or she wasn't involved in corruption. That's why he doesn't have a lot of money to give out. He's clean. So we leave people who are not corrupt. We don't give them a chance, but we give the corrupt the chance. And then began complaining of how poverty is, unemployment, lack of development. Yet we would have put these people down and told them, if at all the following things are not done, we are not going to re-elect you. Roads, hospitals, jobs, and all that. Fellow Kenyans, development is sacrificed because majority of the voters won't even care whether the leader brought development or not. What they will care is, have you come with handouts or not? Remember the 60% that research shows money goes towards the handouts aspect. It's a very devastating aspect, fellow Kenyans, and I think we need to think very seriously about this issue. And I speak this as a professor, trying to provide findings from research. Therefore, fellow Kenyans, the leaders hardly put government to account, even in the face of huge corruption scandals. And we have seen them. Go to every county, scandals after scandals. But MCAs are not putting these people to account. The MPs are not putting the government to account, because you had even MPs who are asking for money from the toilets for 10,000. This is serious, fellow Kenyans. Let us put our foot down and say this must end. Support my party, support my presidential bid. We win this election. Donate $10, $100, 5,000, 500, 1,000, anything that you can be able to. Assist us. Send that help to 0748 265 314. That is my presidential M-Pesa fund. And when we get our party, we'll open an account where money will be sent. But we have to move many things forward. We need to start making posters, start talking to Kenyans. We want to begin our meeting the people very soon. And we cannot compete with the others because, they have looted a lot. At the same time, those who are in government, whether as MPs, they are being paid money by government. The others, whether it is ministers or a deputy president or the other people who have been appointed in government, they are getting money, and they are using money, the government money, to pay for fuel, to buy fuel. If we start today, we will have to fuel from our own pocket. We have to maintain vehicles. We want to maintain the public address systems everywhere. We will be doing that from our own pocket. And that's where we are asking that support us so that we can be able to hit the ground going. Fellow Kenyans, the leaders, therefore, hardly don't make any efforts. In that situation, this is why Kenya is still a poor country, because we recycle our time and money between handouts and corruption. Leaders spend time hunting for ways and means of where they can get kickbacks to finance the next election. And given the money is raised from corruption, leaders spend an additional time finding ways to conceal such thefts, or they keep worrying so much that they may be caught, wondering, supposing I am caught. What shall I do? Thus, the mindset of leaders is lost in worrying than thinking about national and citizens' development. They never think about you and me. They never think of development in a meaningful way. Yet, for development to occur, it needs extremely deep thoughts. But that is not what our leaders have been doing. They are engaging in big thoughts. What shall we do if we are caught? Trying to cover their tracks. Ladies and gentlemen, supporters, I'm bringing 12 million jobs, 2,000 factories. This is not a mere talk. I'm serious about it. I'm not here to waste your time. And I will not waste your time as your president. I will bring development. Join Kazi Milele. It is first come, first served. You don't need much education. You may be having your Form 4, your degree. That's great. You may not having even a standard 8. For the Kazi Milele is to help every Kenyan, irrespective of your education status. There are others, like jobs in factory that we are bringing. We shall need people with skills, with technical training, with degrees and diplomas. But for Kazi Milele, I want to help everyone, even if you reach standard 7 or standard 8, just primary level or just secondary level. This Kazi Milele is for you. You will be getting 100,000 for the rest of your life. And when you pass away, that money will continue to be given to your family. Join us. Join my presidential team. Let us win this election. On March 8th, 2023, I shall employ 1 million Kenyans. The Kenyan youth 18 to 28 years or 29 years. Those jobs are yours. Other candidates, presidential candidates, do not have this dream for Kenyans. I have it. If we elect them or leave them to be elected, you won't have the 2,000 factories, 12 million jobs, Kazi Milele, Utajiri Direct, this single day employment day of 1 million Kenyans. It would happen. Only me will be able to do that. It's a big plan I have for you. Thank you for thinking about me. Thank you for thinking about my party. And thank you for your support. I appreciate with all my heart.